And welcome back to the Summer Promotion Tournament, where ROCCAT is one win away from re-securing their spot in the LCS, meaning we don't have to get on a ladder and change the flag on the stage. Truthfully,
which is the main thing,
they have had two dominant wins.
Yeah.
And it's hard to see them faltering now because they seem to be better than HUMA in every single category.
Yeah, it starts in the champ select. I feel like both games they had a way better composition coming into this. Obviously, then going into the game early on, we have two lane swaps. HUMA actually tried to probably get the 2v2 on top side, but then ended up not finding the 2v2 and lost another lane swap. And oopsie, that's the early game gone. And I mean, ROCCAT just in every way right now looks like the better team. We have said that before. We have jinxed people before. But,
yeah,
I mean,
it's definitely the case.
ROCCAT has to really mess up to start losing from now on.
So talk to me about picks and bans now. ROCCAT elected red side for all of their games. Third game of the series, they are back to red side. Azir was banned away by HUMA previously when they were on red, and HUMA opted into that Lulution. We spoke extensively in the previous game about that. No, we did not. We liked the Gragas Siva that came out of ROCCAT's hands. So what do they prioritize this time around, now that ROCCAT again have the option to get a duo, etc.?
You asked me a big question here, because like, I don't think there's any easy way for HUMA to play this pick and ban phase, which also tells a lot, you know, about the problems coming into this match against ROCCAT. Because last time they were blue side, obviously game one, they banned the Jhin, they banned away the Sivir, and then Lulu. And it's funny because a lot of those bans would typically be red side bans, because you want to first pick either the Sivir or the Lulu. In this case, obviously, they opted in for Nidalee first pick, which technically they can go for again, and then try and bet everything on getting standard lanes.
Yeah,
I almost feel like
hope Rudy can have an impact.
I almost feel like that is your way to go, because in every other aspect you have been weaker right now. So I'm looking at some sort of like standard lane setup from HUMA, hoping they get it. I know hoping is a very bad thing, but they've now missed it twice. Maybe invade in level 1, you know, get the deep vision down and try and spot where they're going, and then play that Nidalee once more and just try and snowball early.
Well, it's a tough task for HUMA.
It's definitely not easy.
It is a tough task indeed. And, you know, it's a bit tough for Rudy as well, because he's had two games where the lane swap of the early game has not necessarily helped him. He's made one or two decision mistakes as well. So let's see whether or not Rudy can find his feet, as HUMA are at risk of dropping to the losers bracket. Now, if HUMA lose here, they have one more shot tomorrow against Giants in a best-of-5, and the winner of that will be the last remaining team to join the European LCS in summer. Whereas for ROCCAT, they have 3 more chances to re-qualify and have a short break. So Siva, Azir, which means Jhin or Lulu, the ones that we're looking for HUMA, which is what they banned last time.
But again, Nidalee is still open, so they might be looking towards that Nidalee first pick. ROCCAT showed in the first game when they had red side, they didn't really care about first pick Nidalee coming in from Rudy. Might be the same again here, unless they are smelling something and being like, alright, this seems to be the first pick you're aiming for. But at the same time, again, when you first pick that Lulu, there's no Azir to pick up, which is a big one. But there are still Poppy you can take now. With Trundle being banned away, Poppy instantly becomes like the best top laner you have. Take that in your first rotation if they are first picking the Nidalee. Even banning a Fiora, they're definitely going to say, if you don't take Poppy here, we will take it.
Yeah.
That's at least what this is telling me straight away. We saw Splice use Fiora into the Poppy. Obviously not a whole lot happening the first 20 minutes, but then once you get 2-3 items on Fiora, you become a monster and you will start outsplit pushing the Poppy. So I would still say first pick Nidalee if you want to play those standard lanes and try and snowball with a Nidalee pick. But do they trust in Rudy after these 2 games? Again, not blaming it on Rudy, but they might say,
the lane swap played out and then the limited impact.
So I'd be like, oh, maybe we have to pick a Poppy here coming in. Obviously, we're not looking at any support picks with everything, and we have the mid lane bans. Lulu's open, of course. They took it early. Obviously, put a lot of priority on it.
In the previous game, Lulu and Lucian, but it didn't work out at all. 0-3-0.
So I don't like Lulu first, because then ROCCAT is just completely Lissandra into it again and play exactly the same game.
Yep, Godro fell apart in that previous game, and it will be the Nidalee.
So far, we're right.
All right, so this means
Poppy coming most likely, unless ROCCAT wants to play the Rammus top again. Obviously, we have some of the teams have very different priority on certain picks. Lissandra's here as a potential last pick coming in from ROCCAT later on, or if they want to try and show it as a flex, but it's not really a flex anymore, because first of all, Freddy would never play top, and we also don't see top very often anymore. 80 carry picks, Lucian has been contested slightly by the teams, has been taken early on. It is open with 280 carry bans, so you can technically go like Lucian Poppy. Actually, lock in.
Nice and
What am I
safe.
talking about? Take the Gragas, man. Oh, you don't
Yeah.
have to. You don't have to. You don't have to. Getting ahead
You
of
don't have to
yourself.
do it so early.
You can do Lucian, Poppy here easy and take Gragas next rotation. You don't have to show it.
Deny the safe picks. Take that Lucian away from Holy Phoenix. Now,
Yeah.
Corki was banned in game 1. And it was ROCCAT, in fact, that have banned it in game
Okay.
1 and 2. So now that it's available, actually going to lock that one in. So Betsy's going to have a nice, comfortable laning phase.
I value Poppy higher here, coming in. I do value the Lucian high.
Then
because
Freddy's just going to be comfortable playing Rammus into it.
probably he will just take that matchup. Yes, I just think Poppy is the best top laner available, especially now Trundle being banned away. But the Lucian takeaway, again, it makes a lot of sense because it is Holy Phoenix best champion. And
Yeah.
in the first game, it pushed him onto an Ezreal where he didn't have an impact at all. So that's why ROCCAT is taking so early instead of going maybe Corki and Poppy as they could have done. Sounded slightly wrong. But, we'll leave it there. It's a mix of the
Leave it
two.
at that one. Leave it at that one. The inspirational quote with your photo would be a little bit more interesting, I think. A little juicier. So HUMA's rotation. Poppy, if you want to deny that from Freddy. Even though Freddy's only played it once before in the past.
Oh, are we taking the Jin now?
It's not really blind.
And the Poppy. I like the Poppy pick. Jin, obviously in poke comms, extremely strong. But
But what
as
do they
a
run
team, you
middle
need
there?
to understand whenever you are pushing, you need to have control around you because TP flanks are so likely to happen and it destroys the Jin. Corki has already showed its mid lane, by the way. So ROCCAT with these picks are not really that scary.
But then what does HUMA want to run into it? They know what they're going up against in the mid lane. We're about to find out if this is going to be Gragas in the jungle for Airwax.
It should be. Because now you see the makings of a poke comp. You want hard engage now. Definitely want to lock in the Gragas. Or Sejuani if you're feeling a little bit crazy in the last game.
A little crazy.
But
Get
I mean,
some
just
good
take
ults.
the Gragas.
I like the Gragas Rammus. Get the barrel down, displace Jin or anything in front of him, and then just at a Powerball TP, roll all the way to that back
I mean,
line.
that's the thing. You're going to have TP flanks. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
If HUMA overextends without respecting where the walls are and where the TP flank is going to happen, it's going to hurt. They could pick a Morgana if they want to protect the backline against Rammus. Morgana is one of these counter picks into Rammus for these fights.
Look at Cast. A little bit stressed there. I like the Alistair takeaway as well. And force Cast onto the Brahmas likely.
Could also go Janna. I feel like you need some sort of disengage here. If you want to play this poke comp, you need disengage against the Rammus, and as we expect, the Gragas coming. So I'm looking at Janna or Morgana as one of the two picks for them. And then mid lane, I mean, for Gabro, we have seen a Xerath today, but it's going to be blind picked. Actually, it's not because Corki's picked already. I'm lying to everyone, so it's not going to be blind picked.
We're doing real well this
I
chapter lane.
mean, we are.
We're doing real well.
It's been a long day.
So, Twisted Fate.
Bard. Really?
So it's not the disengage that we were
So
expecting.
now we're running a pick comp instead of the poke comp they were setting up.
Okay, so
before.
this is a snipe comp, is what we'll call
Definitely.
it.
I mean, you have obviously big potential of the tier with the global. Bard ulti coming in as well, fantastic in these pick compositions. And then the long range extra CC coming in from a Jin into his ulti. So, in theory, it's a lot of damage, but I'm looking at a comp again that are very difficult to execute for a team who struggled in this series here. So, like, you look at what ROCCAT is running, it's so simple almost in many ways. Like, it couldn't be more simple when you have a Rammus top. Is that
What
a ward?
does Rammus do?
Click TP on that ward, powerball in, and click taunt on someone. Like, it's very simple setups. We expect the Gragas to come as well, which Alex has shown he's playing well.
And works incredibly well into Jin. And anything standing in front of him. Or if anyone jumps onto him with the Destiny gank. So, fairly simple.
I do think there are some good options from HUMA here
Okay.
with this composition. I mean, as you know, I love the Poppy here. Nidalee obviously is going to win that 1v1 against the Gragas. If you're getting these standard lanes, Jin and Bard will
I was going to say,
absolutely destroy.
don't ROCCAT want to lane
Oh,
swap now.
ROCCAT really want to lane swap here. So badly. But the problem is, they mind gamed them in the last game. So are HUMA saying, okay, let's go top now. Surely they're going to lane swap top. If HUMA gets 2v2, their composition will really start shining. Fantastic Jin Bard lane coming in. Again, you want that Nidalee to have the one-on-one against Gragas. Can they get standard lanes?
This could be the last game of the day as the coaches hug and walk off stage. ROCCAT are one victory away from reclaiming their LCS spot. And for HUMA, It's a long ride. They need to start the reverse sweep. They need to channel their inner Cloud9 and pull some magic out of the hat. Maybe it will start with standard lanes.
I mean, that would be a good first step.
And then the next step is to have Rudy have a good impact on Italy. And then it is to have Godbro, Destiny.
I mean, first of all, Holy Phoenix and Shisui Kazi has to win the 2v2.
Yeah.
You know, pressure that tower here. Set up ganks also late on with the Twisted Fate super easily. And just invade on the enemy jungle.
All right, let's find out if any of those things can happen, as the only flag lit is ROCCAT, and they've really been the team that has shined? Done well this series.
I like it.
Yep. Group up from HUMA. So are they going to go for a deep jungle push?
Are they going for the bot cheese where you start portal coming in? No, he hasn't skilled anything yet. Where you move in towards the bot tower and then you Bard magical journey over the wall into the tri-bush.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Look at Bard. Look at Bard.
Oh, there it is.
They're going to do it.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. We've seen this before a few times. Then now you jump into the tri-bush. Hasn't seen anything.
Oh, it's going to be
hasn't seen anything.
Toggle the vision. Yes.
You want to know the absolute worst part is if ROCCAT decides to lane swap now, no one is going to check that bush right now, and it's really going to suck. But ROCCAT taps. He's also taking the safe route. He's not going to die now.
We don't know where HUMA is. Oh, there we go.
They walked out.
HUMA's just walked into a ward. They've all been spotted.
And now, this sucks, because Bard normally has a fantastic level 1 with Q, and a fairly mad level 2 because he picks heal normally. Now you have a Bard with magical journey level 1. So he has 0 impact because he tried to pull off the cheese. They were not staying around long enough. Also want to get into the lanes. So they will, however, get 2v2 lanes, but it's, again, not with their Bard, with Q. Now it's a magical journey Bard.
So a little bit of difficulties then.
You lost a lot of that early pressure you were going to have. The first few levels. I also talked to Crepo about this play. He actually doesn't like it because of, again, the fact also you start magical journey here. And if you don't pull off that one kill you're going to get for it, obviously it gives you nothing.
Big risk.
So they know now.
Payoff.
Actually, did they even see part of the magical journey? Because they saw him walk out.
You have to make assumptions.
Yeah, they saw him walk out, so they know he started a magical journey.
And also Tabs was Tabs actually placed the ward as the magical journey went on. So you can assume through seeing everybody
walk out, they knew obviously that it happened. But still, Jin is a fantastic laner. Definitely one of his strongest points. Lane and then full late game where he crits you for 2,000 with the last hit on the ulti.
Yeah.
It starts to hurt.
And Whisper gets those shots down. Holy Phoenix and Cast going to look to dominate some control. So for the first time, we're going to get standard lanes. It's not quite as good as HUMA could have hoped for. Oh, decent there as Tabs gets chunked by Cosmic Binding. Follow-up from Holy Phoenix, but defensive play from Noxec. I think he's already put a point into that triumphant roar. Yes, he has.
I'm surprised Noxec is running Ignite here. You're not really looking to...
It's kind of been the name of the day, hasn't it?
It has.
The board's running Ignite.
I mean, trying to all in the board Jin lane. Risk plays, possibly from Noxec. He's a very aggressive support. It's one thing he highlighted about himself when he joined the LCS. He showed it, and I guess one of the reasons he maybe didn't fit Fnatic.
Yeah, different style of play. But it seems to be working out with Tabs. They've been doing okay. Been doing better than Tabs and Extinct, that's for sure.
Yeah, poor Extinct.
Like, I mean, it's a little unfair.
Oh, you're a sub. You want to play support now? You've probably never played it before. Yeah, here you go. He's LCS. Play support.
Yep, good luck. And of course, Tabs starting to shine a little bit more. He's going to have a little more of a utility role this time around with that Lucian. Oh, that back rather. He's been tagged. To play cleanup is what I should have said, with the Gragas, Rammus, Alistar frontline. Again, only 2 damage sources from ROCCAT, which is something we've come to expect from them a lot.
Oh yeah, Freddy is mainly a tank player. Another thing about this Corgi early pick coming in from Betsy, obviously when you play against a Nidalee, you want to have your mid lane in control, so he's the man pushing, making it harder for Nidalee to invade in, because there's a chance you just sneak in behind her and you 2v1 kill her. Corgi does offer that, extremely strong and just pushing over and over. TF tends to have to push it like level 1 with red card, but then he has to kind of surrender it over to Corki after a few more levels, and that's what we're seeing in his mid lane. So it will make it a little bit more difficult for Rudy, but he still should have an impact to pressure this Gragas. Top lane, we're going to see this over and over. It is literally just, yo, you want to get close to CS? Here's a grenade in your face, here's a barbecue in your face. And you have to all in if you are ROCCAT in this case, but you can't because the enemy jungler could be nearby and then you die. And also enemy TP.
Enemy jungler is nearby. Rudy's hanging out in the bushes just behind ROCCAT. Gonna show, pulling the minion wave. Teleport has also come in from Whirlib. It's a giant party in the top lane. There's no teleport available for Freddy, so this will be a 4-on-2. Tats is pinned against the wall. Pinned down by Deadly Flourish. First blood picked up by Rudy, and the headbutt actually pushes Whirlib to safety. A pounce forward from Rudy. He's not done yet. Double kill for Nidalee. Standard lanes worked out for HUMA.
Yeah, working out so far. And also again, the double TP. Just teleport in, have your jungler there. In case something goes wrong, you have another TP you can use from the Twisted Fate. I really feel like Noxiac right here should just kind of surrender and die, not try and flash away. He had barely any mana. I think he actually tried to flash combo, possibly onto Whirlib and then knock him into tower, but he ran out of mana doing it. So like he hasn't used the shield yet. Ends up in the end. His Handicap dies, he flashes and he actually headbutts him away, no mana left, and he also goes down. He's using both summoners.
Well,
and
double kill. Yep.
I mean, this we talk about 2v2 Jhin Bard, fantastic, absolutely one of the strongest you can even pick against an Alistar lane.
I'm so disappointed, Deficio.
Well, I'm happy to see HUMA gets the standard lanes because we will get a much closer game now compared to before. And we talked about this in Pick Command Phase, how important those lanes were for them.
Well,
and they guessed right, you know, they swapped to top lane.
That's it. Forced the prediction, despite the gambit of the Magical Journey not paying off. Regardless, HUMA have got themselves a lead very early on. They've got a strong CS advantage for Holy Phoenix and 2 assists. BF Sword versus double longsword, so that's really going to hurt. In the lane matchup, that was already incredibly difficult. See that one? Of course, teleport was used by Whirlib, but he got himself some assists, so he will go down to match Freddy, and we actually caught a glimpse of Godbro teleporting middle.
Now, there are ways out of matchups like this. It involves swapping out of the lane. So in this case, when the lane's actually
running away.
Yeah, running away is basically the solution. So when you are pushing down here, you can recall and then go bot lane and start pushing in that lane to the for the tier 1 tower, and you are slightly ahead in the play, and you try and trade towers instead of sitting in a losing matchup where you're gonna keep falling behind in CS, and you most likely will get dove one more time up in that top lane, and there's really nothing you can do. So that is an option for ROCCAT if they want to swap out of it, because now Gabro's gonna gank.
Godbro is going to gank, flashes for the gold card, does an instant flash in reply. Tab will be going down. One auto attack from Godbro. Noxiac is the next target. Gold card stuns him under the wall. HUMA decide to chase, and it's Holy Phoenix on the board.
I hate to say it, but again, ROCCAT had the chance here. The lane was pushing down, recall, surrender some of that TS, and just go bot lane. Staying top is suicide. TPs are going to happen either from Twisted Fate, from Whirlib. Rudy comes in and you set up another dive one more time, or you just chunk them on the tower. Because when you're CSing on the tower, there's such a high chance you're close to either a wall or the tower. Binding lands from the Bard into W snare from Jhin, and then we hit the point where he just pops ulti. And you're basically forced out of the lane. And it's going to happen over and over. They're going to return top. I actually think HUMA now is expecting them to go bot lane. That's why they're swapping bot. And then Taps and Noxiac is going to show up top again and be like, alright guys, we died twice, one more time, you know, third time is the charm. We have to be able to do something here. And now, oh,
oopsie.
They saw them and they actually ran all the way top now. So they will go back to the standard lanes. Now ROCCAT needs to push it out on recall and just go bot lane. Because they know they're running top now. Just push this lane hard, recall and go bot.
Let's see if they decide to do that. Tabs and Noxiac pushing up into lane. Airwax continues to spend time around Betsy's lane. We saw him clear out our pink ward a moment ago. Still lingering as he's got access to that explosive cask. And the recalls are coming out from Tabs and Noxiac. Godbro,
he actually dropped it.
Gold card, not pulled. Godbro bounced backwards, and Betsy should pick up an easy kill. Flash body slam, or body slam flash. Didn't see the exact order, probably the second one. Airwax gets an easy kill.
So Tabs is trying to do it, he's trying to recall. You can even see Noxiac actually went towards the bottom lane. Tabs got interrupted twice now, so where you would have a tempo advantage on swapping top first or pushing out, nullified because they were recalling in the bush where the bot could check it. And in the end, they still get the swap. It's very delayed now,
yep.
And now they're behind in the push. So by Tabs recalling very greedily, very obvious spot almost, it actually cost him a lot. And now Freddy, welcome to the top lane. Here we are going to dive you.
There's no minion wave just yet. Whirlib still may not care. Throws in the buckler. Steadfast Presence is down. A very, very easy kill. These three members of HUMA just Goomba Stomp Freddy.
You never want to go to this top lane.
Don't do it. It's very scary.
It's so obvious what's going to happen. And again, this comes down to the recalls. Obviously failing from taps because he got pushed off by Bart, and he's now bot side. But he's now so slow, so he actually has to push in this wave. Yeah. Recall again, and now go top lane. So we're going to play this game where taps and Noxtec is trying to run away.
Yeah.
They just did it way too late as well. So they actually ended up losing a lot of kills. I guess luckily Jin has only picked up one, but still. We're looking at small things here, boys.
1,300 gold.
Ah, they're recalling again.
A BF sword in gold difference between Holy Phoenix and Tabs.
And they're stopping again because they again recalled in the middle of the lane or in the bush nearby, and the Bard is coming to interrupt.
So this is either lack of focus, lack of respect maybe from ROCCAT side. They got that 2v2. Kind of have straight up been outplayed. HUMA's got a 3,000 gold lead at 10 minutes. Jiswika and Holy Phoenix got 100% kill participation.
That's pretty good. That is very good.
That is very good.
Yeah, I mean, it also showed where HUMA is identifying their strong lane. Not very difficult when you have a Jin bot lane in 2v2. Exactly. It becomes pretty obvious. Rudy decides to jump a little bit further with the help of Alex and a flash.
Betsy had just used the Valkyrie or the package. There's a lot of people coming down. Tempered Fate won't find Airwax. Red card actually pulled by Godbro. Curtain Call will connect with 2 shots, and that will seal Airwax's fate. The final shot follows through onto Betsy for a lot of damage, but not enough for the kill. 6-1 for HUMA.
Very well played here. HUMA using that pick comp we talked about. It looked like a poke comp with Midley Jin, changing with TF and Bard coming in the end. And when you're all winning the lane so hard, you can start roaming a lot, especially as a Bard. It's where he's the strongest. And then they get thrown down the tower.
Freddy gets one. Looks for more. Onto Rudy. The tower takes him down. Oh, fear the waddle. It's not done yet. Freddy's powerballing forward. Godbro throws out the gold card as well as the wild cards. That will save his life. But ROCCAT find themselves 2 kills and maybe a tower? This game is just getting a little bit wacky now, as ROCCAT will even out the tower kill.
The first play was really good by HUMA. You know, move into the mid lane because you already shoved out the bottom lane. You know there's no response from ROCCAT's Alistar and Lucian. Set up that pick with Bard. Great setup onto Airwax. Then you maybe Magical Journey a little bit too aggressive in behind, and
oh, this is gonna hurt. There is so much more damage for Holy Phoenix. I don't think Airwax wants this fight. He definitely doesn't anymore. Whisper fires one more shot. Gold card will be securing the kill for Godbro and Airwax.
Yeah, I think Airwax was waiting for taps to come down. He ran through the river. So this is a great pick. Okay, ulti misses from Casper. They get the body slam out. TP in, and this is what you can do with this combo. Long range pick potential as well. Bot ultis, TP ports, of course the Jin W and his ulti. Then they're definitely not expecting a Rammus to show up.
Nobody expects the flash taunt.
They're definitely not respecting Rammus. Respecting or expecting. Both of them counts here. And Rudy also actually sending tower, getting the damage with the W onto him. We'll get mid tower though. HUMA is in a very strong position.
Important to track. Flashing Cleanse was used while we were in that replay, so Betsy may have been caught by a gold card or similar. I didn't quite see what. Regardless, ROCCAT lose their outer turret, and yes, they've got a few kills. Yes, they've punished HUMA maybe being a tad over-aggressive.
Oh, they've been playing well with it.
Sure. But HUMA are still significantly further ahead than ROCCAT, and if HUMA can maintain this lead with the pick comp and the double TPs, could be looking in for a series.
I mean, Corky's one of these picks where if he's not able to group up with his team and use his big power spikes to kind of pressure down on turrets and team fights, he doesn't really offer that much, because if you put him side lane, the same issue we've seen earlier against the TP, Twisted Fate also an ulti. So like there are many ways for him to just push out lane really quickly and then leave the lane and set up these plays. And you always, like the worst part when you're playing against a Bard Jin TF comp is that you're never safe almost anywhere, because the range is so insane where suddenly TF just ports in, W from Jin follows, or random bot ulti just flying in out of nowhere. If you have no flash, you have no way of dashing out of it, you will get hit by it, and then you know the follow-up is coming. It's a very fun comp from HUMA, and question if they could execute it in the pick and ban phase. By getting standard lanes, it became a lot easier. They obviously relied a lot on it because they have been losing lane swaps, and now they have been playing really well.
And a lot of credit to the players. After losing 2 games as convincingly as HUMA did, they bounced back, they took a risk with some of those earlier dives, but executed it incredibly well.
Right, and honestly, yeah, it looks a bit risky, but in many ways very safe.
Because of the matchups.
Because of the matchups, like, you're that much stronger, and whenever you're sitting and trying to defend on a tower against a dive, against a Poppy and Bard, you literally cannot avoid getting knocked into a wall, either by, obviously, Bard landing his stun onto you, connecting with the wall, or just Poppy charging straight into the wall with you. So, defending against those dives were near impossible, because there were also TP mid. In case ROCCAT tried to fight it, TP would happen from guard bro. And just a lot of ways for HUMA to pressure this 2v2 lanes, and I like the fact we're seeing the dives early on, because that's the way you really snowball. You dive these towers. Betsy is in trouble.
Teleport comes out from Freddy though. Destiny will follow Betsy. Good frost bomb in reply. Betsy stays alive for a few seconds longer. 100 HP. Oh, the last auto. I don't know if that managed to get a crit or not, but it didn't matter. Betsy and Airwax double team and find 2 quick kills for ROCCAT. Oh, it's not over yet. Whirlip's now in trouble.
The Young is doing Dragon.
Rudy's doing Dragon. That's what you do. Whirlip's going to be taken down. Will be run out. Tabs looks to move forward. And we'll get a nice double tap from Light Slinger.
Forward.
Yep, that's the way it goes, Fisio. I was going to say, at 15 minutes, HUMA had themselves over 4,000 gold in the lead. That is now shrunk. And when HUMA have had more than a 500 gold lead at 15 minutes, they're 7-0.
But like, look right here. Setup is good at first. Bard comes in. I like this. But Nidalee is on Dragon. So like, why are you chasing for kills if your jungler is securing a free Dragon for you? Whirlip comes in behind, gets knocked away. Betsy actually ends up getting that last crit onto him and pick up the kill. And obviously now you can't fight because your jungler is still on Dragon. Strange decision. HUMA maybe getting a little bit ahead of themselves, doing so well, picking people off. Freddy is flashing away, then getting knocked away as well from Whirlip, but he's slowed down.
He's going to continue running. Airwax has come in. There's no cost to send people away. Freddy's run out of mana. Rudy pounces forward once more, but will not chase further. And ROCCAT, look, they're picking scrappy fights and punishing HUMA's over-aggression. HUMA dove mid lane, gave up 2 kills. HUMA split up in the jungle, give ROCCAT 3 kills. HUMA needs to slow down, maintain their lead in a more controlled fashion.
Especially because you have so many ways of almost 100% guaranteeing the kill when you are going for these picks, as long as you coordinate it properly between Jhin, TF and Bard. Obviously, no surprise in terms of overall builds. Funny enough, we see Iceborne Gauntlet and Sunfire Poppy in like almost every game.
Pretty common.
Ever, I mean,
I'm seeing a lot these
days.
days.
Like we've seen it before, almost.
And I'm seeing it a lot
every time.
Internationally as well, right?
Oh yeah, no, internationally everyone is doing it. It's very common, especially in matchups like these.
Officio. HUMA now have to slow down this game.
Well, that's a weird thing, right? Technically, they don't have to slow it down, but mentally they have to slow it down because they've been kind of rushing forward now and playing too aggressive. But in terms of how they want to play as this comp, they definitely want to keep the pressure going.
And that's what it goes back to in picks and bats. The challenge of playing this pick comp with all these globals, you have to coordinate. You all have to be on the same page as a team. And HUMA need to make sure they pick the right targets. All right, this is going to get complicated. Teleport and Destiny's available to Quad Bro. ROCCAT are grouping up down bottom. And Noxiac is running some interference in the chill. Quad Bro's gone. We might see that build up as he bit off more than he can chew. This is going to allow ROCCAT to take a tower.
Yeah.
Well, once the next minion wave gets set, if they stick around.
Might get something on Airwax here. No, dashing out. I mean, HUMA's comp in many ways is a bit like, you know, high heels for women because...
High heel?
Yeah, because it looks fancy, it looks very nice if you're able to walk properly with them. But if you start, like, walking wrong, you know, you kind of tip over a little bit, it looks very silly. And that's kind of what's happening here for HUMA in this case. After they actually started out well, it looked good down the catwalk, and then they just tripped and kind of fell down with the face first. And now it just looks a little bit funny, because now they're just giving up kills left and right.
Tripping on the high heels, and HUMA are now behind in gold. They've lost their 4th tower of the game. ROCCAT have managed to punish HUMA's over-aggression or their lack of balance on these high heels.
Yeah, because you can't run with them.
You can't run.
You can't go too fast, because then you are... Well, I guess in movies you can't technically run with them.
Especially if you watch the latest Jurassic Park. You can even run away from T-Rexes in high heels.
Yeah, very realistic movie. And
they're going to punish Tabs. Tabs was just trying to farm up that middle lane. Just a little over-aggressive. Destiny was used by Gobro, as well as that flash, and this gives HUMA a 5-man stack in the middle lane. They're not going down quietly, but the wave clear from ROCCAT is pretty good. Get out at least some of those minions. Noxiac has found a 3-man knockup, but maybe he doesn't want that fight. Unbreakable Will's been channeled. Tempered Fate holds 2 members of ROCCAT, and continue to get rooted down. Curtain Call will fire off a few shots. 2 out of 3 will connect with their targets, but the giant one does not.
But this is how beautiful it can look. I mean, HUMA here to get the pick onto the tabs and start grouping up mid lane. Okay, they didn't get any more kills, but the setup engage happens from ROCCAT. Great ulti then from Bart to lock down the carries in the backline, and then you start setting up the snipes from Jhin. End up getting a tower for it, so HUMA is still slightly ahead in gold, but instead of them snowballing out of control, it has now become a very even game. With all the mistakes they just made the last 5 minutes, this setup here, I liked it though. Taking it slow.
Yeah.
Also helps when you get the 1 kill on the AD carry first.
Use those abilities to siege and take the objectives. Equally as important. Right, no flashes on Gobro or Holy Phoenix, so if they get run down by a teleport Freddy, there is some threat. Freddy's playing the side lane, Betsy's up in top. Seems to be the name of this, the whole series for ROCCAT, regardless of what comp they're playing or
problem is now
ahead or behind.
Trying to 1-3-1 for ROCCAT in this case, it's going to be very difficult.
Challenging, all the globals.
Again, with all the globals, and it's actually a good way of losing the game in many ways, because you will get caught out very quickly. Gabro is trying to set a small trap, but it is Freddy show. Not exactly the man you're looking to trap.
Gobro is just going to keep playing wave clear duty. He's got both his ultimate and TP. Level 12 to Betsy's level 14. Big difference there between the 2 mid laners is Gobro spends so much time playing those side lanes looking for ganks.
For now it's good, you know, pushing down this, but you're just almost waiting for that pick-off to happen where Bart moves into the jungle and ults towards the core cube, forces the Valk, and then maybe tier falls or something like this. You start it, you get the Valk out of the way, and then you engage on Jhin. Because ROCCAT really wants to group up as a team. When you're playing against globals, you want to fight on a 5v5. Because then the globals obviously has very little effect, tier ulti in a team fight. Maybe Messiah, jump in, stun, and that's about it.
No Hourglass yet.
So that's not going to happen. Yeah. Going for Machine next, so Lichbane, 3rd item coming. And now the ulti's been popping, this is what we talked about. Now you go to that side lane.
Betsy will have the support of Airax to buy some additional time, and the hammer boots Freddy away after the teleport completes. Curtain Call instantly needs to be cancelled as the angle of the fight changes. Whirlin is being chunked out by Culling, and 3 members of HUMA are knocked into the air by Noxiac. The Tempered Fate will delay ROCCAT taking more, and there's a team fight win, 2-0.
So HUMA again had the right idea here, and like, okay, they're playing 1-3-1, go aggressive on Betsy, no TP for him. He didn't even have to use the cleanse. We have to see that start again. Stopping recalls has been something Sweetcast has done like 500 times this game. I want to see the start of that fight though, because Betsy ended up actually flashing over, then Valk over after, I believe. So they engaged over and he just flashes instantly, and because Eric shows up behind Rudy, Betsy stays alive and gets that 1 kill, and now it actually falls apart for HUMA. It was the correct call. Just slightly out of position because Bart comes in very late. Holy Phoenix wasn't there even to add in long range damage. Like, the coordination should have been a lot better, because once they go on Betsy and he flashes over, the ulti comes in from Jhin. You know? The Bart is already there, ready to put pressure together with the Nidalee. Instead it was kind of like 1 by 1 by 1 by 1, so Betsy stayed alive. And when you have these many globals and such a long range composition, you have to be first at these fights here. You can't just let the other team group in time, because then you lose the fight.
Exactly what HUMA did. ROCCAT maintain a 1,000 gold lead, will lose access to the Dragon. It's the second one of the game picked up for HUMA, so tower pushing is made slightly easier. ROCCAT continue to play the pressure game. 3 members middle, no TP on Freddy, doesn't care, he's still moving down bottom. And Betsy's regrouping with the rest of the team. HUMA still have both teleports available. May not need it if Airwax is going to gift something over. Gets rooted in place by Deadly Flourish. Tempered Fate will lock up Noxiac and tabs. Noxiac will have Unbreakable Will in just a few seconds. Can he survive long enough to pop it? And the answer is no. On the back line, Whirlip will hold tabs in place. He gets dropped. And now all of a sudden, ROCCAT are in trouble. Not respecting the global pressure. Cleanse used by Betsy as he's trying to run away. Iceborne Gauntlet keeps him in place. Gold card secured, and HUMA, they can turn for Baron.
So Freddy is pushing on the bottom side here. He will get a tower, but Baron is open for HUMA, and this is exactly what was supposed to happen just before when they went on Betty on the top side. ROCCAT not respecting these globals, trying to play 1-3-1 against them. So risky. This time the engage happened. Aris is here to try and steal it. Has Smite ready. No flash as the body slam over. Might just end up dying before it is even possible. Also, Gabro stopped down bottom side. And again, I feel like we call this for ROCCAT. Like, you're playing 1-3-1 against so many globals, so much range. This time, HUMA managed to execute the play. 4 kills in the end, I believe, with Airwax is going down. And the Baron, and suddenly they're back in the lead.
You have to question Airwax's pathing. And body slamming towards the turret made it so easy for game to lock down.
Missed his ulti as well. Like, still, like, even just being there in the first place, like, one thing is, as a team, you can always say, oh, did we make some mechanical misplays? That's never even the most important thing. It's always like, why were we here in the first place?
Knowing both teleports were still available.
Right, like, what is our goal here? Are we going to try and, like, look at this? So, they're 4-man here now. Freddy on bottom side. Ulti comes in, and now it's split out completely. Betsy is extremely far away from the team. They're like, okay, we can't really do anything, and even in the first place, they actually couldn't do anything here on this tower. Like, that was just an extremely greedy play no matter what. And they end up getting caught out. So, like, that was the first mistake. Like, why are we here? At this tower, this far pushed up, kind of split up. You know, Betsy was in towards the jungle on the side, and they couldn't really commit for anything. And HUMA ends up getting everything.
Yeah. 4th kill will follow shortly as Airwax instantly becomes the focus of Cast. Using that Ignite to help him secure the kill. Game changing.
Like, Freddy was not TP either.
No.
So you're playing a split push game, trying to commit for tower, you don't have to, and then you get caught out by, as we saw, Jhin, Bar, TF, whatever it is.
So, teleport was used by Werlip to make all of that happen. It means Godbro is now holding onto his Summoner spell plus Destiny. Rudy trying to shoot the fish in the barrel, throwing out those javelin tosses, clearing out the minion waves, and Betsy's doing a relatively good job of clearing this wave for now. Tower hasn't been hit, as Holy Phoenix is focusing on last hitting. He's got Infinity Edge Rapid Fire Cannon and the Essence Reaver completed already. Does not have 100% kill participation, so that's not good, but will be able to guide these minions into the tower in a second or two. Godbro's pushing in the top lane. That's not a real surprise with all the global pressure he has.
Sure. I mean, you just want to, you push back. There's nothing Ramen can do other than TP engage now. It almost has to happen from ROCCAT to stop this push.
Right,
but there's no ward near, but there's a ward here actually on the left you can TP to, but it would be out in the open, and then Bard can probably just Q him, knock him into the tower, and the TP is kind of stopped.
Let's see if
now they faded out as well.
HUMA are going to be willing to just use a Tempered Fate to take a tower, or do they want more? They've got 20 seconds left.
Bot tower now.
20 seconds left on Baron, plus 2,400 gold during the course of this power play over ROCCAT. No trigger's been pulled yet. HUMA playing really quite respectful, quite slow with this. They tried to make a play onto Noxiac a few seconds ago, and then peeled back.
When you have a Jhin, you don't want to risk walking in to hit the tower and then like flash Q from Alistar straight onto you and you lose the fight. Airwax trying to stop it. Noxiac forced ult, and there's the flash Q.
Tower is still alive. Werlip's in trouble. Tempered Fate will stop the damage dealers and buy enough time for Werlip to escape. That's Holy Phoenix caught out, Summoner heal, and Flash has been used. That was exactly what HUMA did not want. ROCCAT, not only do they defend the tower, they pick up a kill on Holy Phoenix.
That's always the risk, again, with Jhin. You have no dashes. So, flash engages from Gragas, from Alistar, it's going to kill, even from Rammus. You're going to have QSS soon, but they will get onto your kill. That's why, again, they didn't want to commit fully for the tower, just knowing, okay, there's a chance in this engage. It's the only way for ROCCAT to engage. First, he has to flash the Alistar Q, which is fine, but then, you know, we keep fighting. Holy Phoenix is pretty far forward here. Airwax sees it, go for him straight away, gets the kill for him, stops now the push from HUMA, and this will happen over and over and over, and this is why, again, HUMA's come. It's more about picking people off than straight up sieging on towers. You want to pick them off here, you want to catch one guy, kill him, and then you move to tower, so you don't have to worry about this engage from ROCCAT, because they have a very, very strong team fighting composition. Alistar, Gragas, as we just highlighted, will get to that backline. TF is the same. You want to get in and gold card that tower, boom, engage onto you.
HUMA have got access to all of their globals, exception of the Destiny, and they can still play the map. They have the lead, and they've been in control.
Still, no QSS, obviously no cleanse. from the TF against the Rammus. We are a bit like with the ROCCAT 1-3 running before, where it might not go wrong, but there's a very high chance it will, and then you get punished big time. One TP in from Freddy, and he gets onto either Gabro or Holy Phoenix and taunts them, they die. Instantly. There's nothing to save them right here. There's no Mikhails either. That CC chain has to happen from ROCCAT. You even have Flash available now on the Rammus. So next team fight should be ROCCAT to win. By flashing on to Holy Phoenix and just kill him instantly one more time.
Alright, Airwax, Freddy, Noxiac, you have your objective. There's a ward behind the Dragon Pit being cleared out by Godbro.
One at red buff as well.
Just behind the red buff. Powerball is available for Freddy if he decides to TP in. Dragon's going down. 1,000 hit points left. Airwax should be able to smite this, and he does. There is no contest. ROCCAT did not pull the trigger.
I think there were multiple times here where ROCCAT, even though they got the Dragon and HUMA respected the TP, but actually could have gone for it when there is no flash and no cleanse or no QSS from Jhin, and you take that team fight. Because now you're still behind in gold, and we're still looking for HUMA to set up more of these picks here into another Baron. I felt like there you just went for it. There was the ward at red buff just before. TP, instant engage with Gragas as well with the Alistar. Okay, no flashes obviously from Airwax and Noxiac, but still, in my opinion, a bit of a missed opportunity. Got a free dragon, not a free dragon, got a dragon. But now we're just back playing the same game from HUMA, where map is reset, double TP are available here, and Baron is going to be the next objective.
Alright, Godbro used his destiny to get up to the top lane, push the wave in. Not the greatest vision really from either team, but a whole lot of wards.
Because we need our Dorans
from
and
Rudy.
everything.
Yeah, we do. All the time.
Both teams obviously doing the same.
Let's see if HUMA are going to play around this Baron. They were gifted their first Baron of the game by punishing ROCCAT's overextension. ROCCAT have been playing a little more defensive, but that's because they've had to. HUMA has pushed ROCCAT into ROCCAT's territory. Cast is looking for a Cosmic Binding. Or he's threatening one.
Yeah, you want to land that slow and then follow up with the Jhin W. That's like your first, or one of the possible setups you do have. Obviously, a bit risky. You can flash on the large if it is.
Aggressive front forward play. Rudy, Koss, Wellip chasing ROCCAT backwards.
But HUMA right now is playing 5v5. They shouldn't do this. They are the ones who can play the side lanes with double TP. If you go 5-man here, you open up ROCCAT to hard engage onto you with the Rammus, with the Gragas, all this insane engage that you have to kill your carries. There's still no flash in Holy Phoenix. Play the side lane game instead. It's a lot safer for you.
Curtain Call will fire off a few bullets into the sieging ROCCAT. Phoenix, will he commit for the fourth? Yes, he does. Good hit onto Noxiac. One of the engage potential has been lowered, if not removed entirely.
Your side lanes are pushing down to you now. You can't really push forward that much. You will end up surrendering some of the Baron control, which means absolutely nothing because the teams have no pink wards. So it's like you walk in and put down one ward and you're like, guys, I guess we own it now. But you don't really deny inhibition. Pass.
Oh, so much damage onto Cast. Wellip has connected onto Betsy though. Airwax is coming in from the back. Freddy's forcing the teleport, will arrive into the fight. Manages to find a taunt onto Rudy. Freddy's taking a big chunk of damage as Airwax bounces Godbro and Holy Phoenix into the hands of ROCCAT.
Gabro flashed on the Rammus. He flashed in to stun Freddy alone, and as we talked about, HUMA are not looking to just straight up 5-on-5 team fight. The come from ROCCAT, it's all it can do. It cannot split push. It can literally only team fight. And HUMA decided we don't want to play side lanes. Gabro's only here to clear the wave. Cast is playing aggressive. Ends up getting chunked down. Look at the fight start here. So Wellip is all alone. Ulti comes in from Bard. Only hits the 2 tanks. And then look at Gabro here. Flashing onto Freddy. You're never going to kill him in a million years. And now you're the target. And another great engage from Airwax on this Gragas. This guy has been playing so well on Gragas in all 3 games. Baron is started.
Teleports are available, but Wellip is not even going to use it. He's going to be sitting on the front line immediately. Godbro was down. Tries to make it a magical journey, not going to work out. ROCCAT secure another kill and an easy Baron. It was a minor threat from HUMA, but it did not go anywhere.
But after that whole map reset, I actually really felt like HUMA had such a great chance now to go back to play the game that worked for them early on in this game. Push the side lanes, create picks, you know, does Tap show up in the mid lane too far to push it out? Instant TP onto him with the Twisted Fate. Bard ulti towards him, you're forced to dash, and TP coming in from Twisted Fate, and then suddenly you at least force summoners from him, and he gives you then the Baron pressure. Just standing 5 mid, kind of waving at them, being like, oh, You guys are really strong in team fights. Well, I guess here we are.
Oopsie.
I guess we're going to the team fight.
Kudos to Airwax, because the moment the opportunity has presented itself, he has body slam flashed and found a target. Every single time.
Yeah, him and Betsy, again, it's been a story for ROCCAT. Both guys have had great games, all 3 games. This game here, though, I really like what we saw from HUMA in the early game.
Yeah.
I love the standard lanes with the Bard and the Jhin.
Such good punish.
Again, the early dives, it's exactly how you want to play it, be aggressive. But then it just fell completely apart. Like it seems like the shot calling in the mid game
was still be aggressive. Just
keep going, keep going.
Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Whirlip will stun. Airwax against the wall. Continue to pick the fight. 3-on-2. Destiny's been used, and Godbro is delivering himself into Airwax's waiting hands. Gold Card locks him down. That's a kill. Taunt will hold Godbro in place, but the Tempered Fate will save Godbro's life for a few more seconds. Godbro gets out the wild cards. Is bumped over to the side. Another taunt from Freddy. They've traded 1-for-1. Jungler for mid lane. Cast will get a stun onto Noxiac and Freddy.
And this again was a fight HUMA could actually win, but remember they have no cleanses, no QSS, so Freddy is actually able to sit in the front line and
where is
everyone.
Tabs? Tabs is in trouble. The taunt manages to save Tabs' life. Freddy keeps him up. He was the last remaining damage.
This is heaven for Rammus. You're just sitting there, they cannot kill you, and no one can get out of your taunt. You just literally sit in that front line, being like, oh, Jhin is there, taunt him, or TF is there, taunt him, Nidalee is there, taunt her. And there's no ways, again, because they haven't gone for QSS at all on this Jhin to stop it. No Mikhails either from the support, and like, this is a really good start from HUMA. They get kill onto Airwax. Look at Freddy just sitting here though. Alright, Taunt on Godbro, so keep him in place, he's down. Good ulti coming in from Castle, so saving Godbro in the end together with his hourglass. Then Freddy's back in the front line. Alright, Taunt another guy. That's a kill on Godbro. I'm just gonna stay here. Oh, he's Holy Phoenix. He's flashing away. Next one. Anyone who wants to taunt?
Pretty convinced the taunt into Rudy saved Tabs' life.
He did.
Fortunately, we didn't get to see the end of that as ROCCAT grabbed their second dragon of the game. And ROCCAT, they haven't got supers yet, but they got the tower. They got a team fight. After HUMA initiated it. HUMA started that 4v2.
I like the start, you know, because ROCCAT was split up and they got to engage and kill Airwax.
But then needed to back away?
Well,
yeah,
you can't really, because you're just gonna be perma-taunted. Like, there's so few ways for you to win fights at this point. With your comp and with your items. I mean, what is Holy Phoenix sitting on? He's on 500 gold right now, so he doesn't have enough for QSS yet, which means there's probably gonna be another fight for ROCCAT right here. Betsy's not there. Betsy's bot lane.
Airwax is in so much trouble.
Why is Betsy bot lane?
Second time around, Tempered Fate will not find any targets, but Noxiac is in trouble. Curtain Call will be the curtain call for Tabs. One more shot is all that's needed. He's being chased by HUMA, but look at the base. Betsy's going for the inhibitor down bottom. Freddy's exposed an inhibitor up top.
I'm getting a heart attack here, man. Like, this is insane, because ROCCAT again splitting out in the side lanes and allowing HUMA to pick people off. They're pushing mid now.
The team fight comp is split pushing, and the split push comp is team fighting. We're in Wacko land. The inhibitors are going to survive as Godbro goes golden. Freddy, down in the bottom of your screen, will take out one more. Betsy finalizes a kill onto Godbro and picks up the inhibitor. There's a trade though. HUMA have got 3 members of ROCCAT down.
It's
and
only
going for the Nexus.
Freddy's here as well, but there's only 2 weak guys defending. Can he stop it?
HUMA have to pick this one up to stay alive in the best of 5. Freddy's got 4 members busy. Noxiac has no ultimate available, and Freddy's
coming now.
Powerball to run away. Airwax has managed to recall. Is coming to buy time. Explosive Cask is there. It's a double kill for Holy Phoenix. And HUMA are onto the Nexus turret. They've delayed the fight.
Delaying it.
They've stopped it golden. This is not good for HUMA. Triple kill for Holy Phoenix. One more challenger appears, and Tabs will force him away for now. The minion wave has conga lined its way in.
Oh, the crit! He gets him!
For the game! HUMA have won the game, and HUMA are forcing a game 4.
I cannot believe that ROCCAT decided we are winning every team fight. Our comp can literally not lose a team fight at this point. Let us split up one more time, put our Corgi in the side lane with no globals, of course. Get engaged on in the mid lane by HUMA. And then, yeah, you get an inhib. Who cares? They get your Nexus. Wow. I mean, it is ROCCAT from the LCS in many ways, but there was absolutely no reason to try and split push there. Like, at all. You could even wait for another Baron. Just keep playing as 5. And you are winning.
Yep.
Well played in the end by HUMA. You know, they delayed a little bit with the bot ulti, but Taps respawn as the only one. And then Holy Phoenix with ulti. We talk about this Jhin late game, you know, critting.
Yep.
Insane just takes him down, finish the game. Whew.
Dramatic finish to game 3. ROCCAT lose
Making it
in the
exciting.
series. And you know what? It was not clean, this game, from either team in any way, shape, or form. But it was hella interesting. Because
I mean, the comp from HUMA was super entertaining to watch. And then all these team fights that suddenly happened. Watching a Rammus just like be able to taunt everyone because no one has the QSS.
well, HUMA managed to pick up a win to keep this best of 5 alive. I can't wait to hear what the analyst desk have to say about that ending.
Thank you. It's got absolutely bonkers, as have the lights. I mean, it's Saturday night after all, and what a party it was there in the end. I think our guys are grabbing the replay right now because obviously it just happened.
It was, I mean, we on the desk were like, this guy is trolling. He's actually bad. He's actually good. But yeah, the main thing is here, Betsy, in my opinion, just finish the in-heaven and package out. Don't go for the kill. It's like nice 1-for-1, but you lose the game off that play. Look here. Just package out.
Also, the package is almost done. Okay, so he W's when the package was out already, because nobody can stop the package, and he dies for the inhi and for the kill. But it's still not worth it, just because ROCCAT can end the game right now. I mean, HUMA can end the game right now.
Yeah, and then they just try and stall as much as they can. But there's not much here. I don't think there's any misplays here from ROCCAT, but he has to go in, kind of.
I was thinking maybe Alistar shouldn't be so deep here, just because if Alistar leaves, he can get his ult off, maybe he'll buy a little bit more time. And also, yeah, like Gragas just pound and Alistar just dies. Like,
Yeah, I think Airwax can hold here for a little longer, maybe.
I mean,
Hyrax was the reason this happened, by the way.
and this Bard ult is a bit of trolling too, because he just makes the guy live a little bit longer. So right now, you know, Dushan cannot stop 4 people around just because he's too squishy. So if Gragas and Alistar would just live a little bit longer, they could actually still prolong the game. And this is just Jhin is OP a bit, so.
Yeah, Marcus is a Jhin fan.
Yes, I'm actually. Jhin is so broken, by the way. It's actually broken. But his W is 2 seconds hold or whatever, or snare. And then his ult is so broken because it slows and it has so much damage. And then this champ is abusing the lane. And then you have to fire like 4 autos in team fights. And enemy AD has to fire like 7 or 8. And they're like, oh my, it's so broken. It's just.
I have to be really careful that I don't pick up the EU accent here as well. But you know what other champ is broken? By the way, it's Bard, and then if you put them together, the early game was actually disgusting overall here. I think we have some replays.
All these buzzwords. I wanted to say Airwax got caught in the end, which was HUMA's final push, but in the beginning, they actually earned their win.
Yeah, HUMA did get really far ahead,
Yes.
and we had a compilation here. It is so hard for Lucian, Alistar to lane into Jhin Bard, even though just recast started with the portal, and then they did a fantastic job diving this over and over.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty well played by them. For me, ROCCAT should have just not lane swap, because it was too obvious that they lane swap again, just because they win every single lane swap. And here, yeah, I mean, you can't just do anything against Poppy. She just eats you to the wall, and then they burst you down, and Alistar can't do anything.
Ignite MVP, Cripple on Bard.
Yeah, I don't think you need Ignite here to dive here, but
I
on aggressive Bard lane like this, it's the only excuse for me to run Ignite, because you just slap them 2v2 so hard that they shouldn't even get any CS. And then here Galbro comes in, gold card.
This TF ult was actually pretty not. I mean, I guess it was questionable, but it's probably because Alistar can W him and Q him to the turret, but he could still be like kind of more next to the Lucian. But as long as he flashed with the gold card, they still got the kill, and again we see a dive from them.
Yep.
Well, they really snowballed the top lane. They played it really, really well, and then they threw the game. So.
Yeah, and this is what they had, 1-3-1 and picks overall, and it looked like lights out for ROCCAT. And then ROCCAT managed to like slowly get back into the game, because they have a really strong teamfight composition overall.
And we're going for the next replay as well. We're going to take a look at it. ROCCAT fighting their way back into the game, or finding the window, so to say. In the end, it wasn't enough, but
I mean, right now they are really, really behind already, and yeah, they kind of come back here, because I feel like TF is going so hard for the Skorki, because Skorki is so much stronger right now. TF has like no damage, he has Roa, so he's kind of tanky, but he has no damage.
That ulti though, because he was getting flanked. Airwax peeled Poppy with the ultimate to the back, then he goes to finish the kill. Airwax played fantastic in the series. He did some some phenomenal E flashes overall.
I mean, to be fair, Aeroax played really well when it comes to E engage. Like, his E engages were like on point every single game. But on the other hand, this game he died 2 times and he was trying so hard because they could have ended the game. His team was sieging mid, and then he just walks up to Poppy, dies, and then, you know, again mid lane, again does the same thing. So it was kind of weird. But look at Aeroax right here. He got ulted here, so, you know, he cannot do anything. But then he sees 2 carries are getting grouped, and he E flashes on them, which is like pretty good, yeah, and he wins the fight for his team instantly. So I do think he played really well, but then
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter as long as he, you know, just give the game to the enemy again.
Because I have to agree with Jan, because there was 2 distinct situations at the end. One point we had Corki Lucian sieging tier 1 in mid that he was describing, and then I was like, I guess I will walk into the enemy base, get caught. Rammus was there too. It took literally 10 seconds to kill them, and by that time everybody rotated over, and it was just throw after throw after throw, and ROCCAT felt a little lost in late game.
They did feel a little lost. They have a chance to redeem themselves because they are still only one win away rather from the LCS summer split, and the pressure is still on HUMA to bring it back and give us a game 5. The action continues when we return.